Assalamu alaikum, it's your brother Ibrahim here from Idlib, Syria. In today's Q&A, the question is, who governs the freed areas? Now let's clarify, the freed areas are split into two. Each of these two have a government. You have Idlib province that's governed by the Syrian Salvation government, and you have the northern Aleppo countryside which is governed by the interim government. Now let's clarify, the revolution and the freed areas have gone through a very important, a very sensitive stage or sensitive transition from chaos, being decentralized, corruption spread. You have factions that were getting involved in the civil affairs and in the livelihood and lives of the civilians. These factions played, you could say, a negative role. This decentralized way of governing the affairs of the people left a lot of room for corruption, a lot of room for theft, a lot of room for, you could say, bad management. The people, as the war carried on and dragged on for a long time now, after many years, people were calling for, you could say, reform, calling for unifying the management or the governance of their affairs. That's where ideas started popping up, like the Syrian Salvation government, to try to manage their affairs in a local way, to be close to them here in the freed areas and manage from inside the freed areas and not from outside. The Syrian Salvation government was established in 2017. You have alongside the Syrian Salvation government, a very important board was established. It's the legislative branch. They're called the General Council for the freed areas. They've got representatives from all over the freed areas as well as all over Syria. People that have taken part in the revolution have all representatives from all the areas in this council. Now they'll legislate you could say the laws and the main decisions which the executive branch, which is the government, will come in and implement, and the legislative branch has the authority to follow up that the executive branch, which is the government, implements it in the way that it's been agreed upon. You have many ministries that run under this government, the Syrian Salvation government. There are 10 ministries, and you have other departments that run alongside the government, like the Zakah, Department of Zakah, which is involved and responsible for managing one of the 5 pillars of Islam, which is Zakah. You also have some of the goals which this government tried to achieve, which is centralizing the courthouses or the judicial system, as well as the police stations and the checkpoints and the security system in the freed areas. This government has established over time and been able to develop and have more influence and involvement in the society and their affairs. The people say that the government has solved a lot of their problems, even though they haven't achieved what they need to be achieved. There's still a long way to go. The influence that the factions had previously on managing the affairs of the people has minimized. It's gradually been developed into a technocratic system where professionals and people that have previous experience, they're the ones that are taking over the affairs, as well as being from the local people. They're the ones that are running and managing their own affairs. Look, I hope I've explained and answered the question in the way that you've understood it. To be honest, there's a lot more detail to this topic. I look forward in the future to making videos and explaining them more, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. If you have any comments or questions, please share them with us. They're greatly appreciated. It's your brother Ibrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.